Level Up Latina partners with working women and mamas alike to guide them in achieving fulfilling career and life goals through financial empowerment, professional or leadership coaching, and personal wellness. Find the unique coaching you need to succeed.
You're listening to Vettel, Ceci, and Irene, and we are Level Up Latina.
For today's episode, we partnered up with Squadcast. Squadcast is the platform that we use to record this podcast. Squadcast is a remote content production platform that makes it super easy for podcasters to create high quality video and audio completely remote. You can connect with anyone, anywhere, and at any time using their browser-based system. No apps are needed to be downloaded. And your recording is saved every 8 seconds, so you never lose a recording. Whenever we've had issues with our files or audio, they're really good at walking us through to find a solution. Squadcast is actually on a mission to amplify collaboration and empower creators. So if you're interested, make sure you head over to squadcast.fm to learn more and to get your free 7-day trial.
Welcome back to the Level Up Latina podcast. Today is our infamous monthly episode where we talk about anything and everything. It's your favorite, our favorite, the random episode.
Yay! And we're actually together.
We are. We're looking at each other. We're like holding hands.
We're
literally.
holding hands. We're matching. We're wearing the same sweater.
Everybody needs to buy this sweater. It's so comfortable. Guilt-free, baby.
Guilt-free,
baby.
Guilt-free summer.
Guilt-free summer, guilt-free lives, guilt-free evolution para siempre. So the stars aligned, mujeres. We have not been together for some time. I think the last time we were recorded together in person was our Mexico retreat, 2020. Ceci, when you were living in DF, we came out to see you.
It was a year and a half ago. Like, dude, like so much. Parece como que toda una vida, no? Like, just because of the pandemic and just everything that has happened. And it just seems so long ago. It seems so long ago, but yet it doesn't, you know? It's one of those weird things.
But we never miss a beat, which is really nice. We were just saying that we get together and it's like we've seen each other every weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, we're obviously still connected, but in person, it's much nicer.
Yeah. Oh my God, being able to see you guys, ver los ojitos, las sonrisas, las arruguitas.
Jokes together. I know, las arruguitas.
Ceci, you've done the new hashtag for us. What is it?
Cuarentonas y buenonas.
That's right, baby. You're getting ahead of it, 39-year-olds.
Yes, we are we're jumping ahead of ourselves.
We're owning it because we're, once we jump into that new decade, we're like, this hashtag is established. We created it. We're making it happen.
So we pretty much we kicked off this year with Irene turning, the nude page in the book and turning the big 4-0. We're going to be ending the years pretty much this 2021 with Ceci, you turning 40 right before I turn 40 in the beginning of the new year. So we're ahí, pero nos sentimos bien. And this is a special weekend, too. So we got to, the stars aligned. We're here together. We're wearing our Level Up Latina sweaters. We're looking good. We had a photo shoot earlier today.
Oh, my God, yeah.
All in white.
All in white.
Because Lisa made us.
I know. I already got peer pressured into the all in white. We all packed something with black. We thought we'd slender down. And one by one, the 8 of us fell to our good friend's persuasion to wear all white.
And my partners over here didn't tell me they were going to order a white outfit. And I showed up and I didn't have a white outfit. And I had a black bathing suit because I thought you guys were going to wear something black.
I didn't even have a white outfit. That's like a shawl. I wore it's not even a real skirt. I didn't want to buy anything. It's like a bathing suit shawl.
I ended up buying something off of
they
online.
Supposedly just showed up I just ordered this real quick. They looked fabulous, amazing, flawless, and I borrowed my friend's dress that wasn't my style, and I was kept on looking at Irene. I'm like, this isn't my style. I'm like, I look like a little girl.
I wanted you to wear the black because you were gonna feel good in the black.
But then I was gonna be the only one. I was gonna be the outlier. I was gonna be the outlier, and then I don't know if you guys saw it, but during the photo shoot, I kept on because I wouldn't wear that dress.
I wouldn't wear that.
Yeah. And it's A-line desde arriba, so I kept on trying to make myself look like I had a waist on it, so I kept on going like this.
Because you do have a waist.
I kept on going like this, right? So I have to
I saw that, and it was kind of weird where to put your hand.
I know, I'm like, where do I put my hand? But I was going like this. I'm like, que se vea mi pulsera.
He kept taking photos and taking photos and taking photos.
Yeah.
I think we look good. I hope we look good.
So on top of that, a reunion, 1999 in Santa Barbara. Definitely dating ourselves right now.
Yes.
Saying when we started college.
I know.
So we were 3 young fresh latinitas.
Inocentes.
Inocentonas.
Wow.
Inocente,
Speak for yourself.
inocente palomita.
Speak for yourself.
Hey, actually, yeah, speak for yourselves. Yo era inocente.
Ay.
Yo era inocente. No,
Yo, pues ni tanto, pero en el sentido de que we were very naive. We were, first generation college students. First time we moved away from home, and here we are living life, right? This group of women. So I feel that the relationships we built, when you're young, it kind of like really takes time to build that trust to like open yourself up to your friends and be like, actually, girls, I'm not a virgin, or actually, girls, I suck dick, or actually, girls, I do it, whatever it is, you know?
Whatever, yeah.
We're still learning stuff about each other.
Oh, yeah, we definitely are.
Like I take a big gulp from la copa de vino at church, instead of like just a little sip.
Tú en misa.
Yo in misa. I take money out of the basket instead of putting money in the basket. Do I go to church? Yes, girl. I grew up in the church pretty much.
I'm
oh, you okay?
with you. You're Catholic?
Yeah, totally. Juan Diego.
Love your hand in Guadalupe.
Yeah. So, I love my Virgencita. Yo siempre le rezo para que me dé fuerzas como mujer, como madre, como todo. But anyway, we graduated 03. You girls were 03, 04 for some of us. So, that's been, about 21? No,
we're going on.
Since graduation, it's 17.
17?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think.
We're going. We've surpassed 20 of knowing each other.
Yeah.
Since
Yeah.
99, but
Yeah.
we're going on 20 from our college.
22
grad.
years of knowing each other. And what did he say? How many
We're
years?
about 18 years from graduation, you and I.
Okay.
And then that would put you at
17?
17.
Yeah, and then what I was thinking too, we met when we were like 17, 18, like
Yeah.
17, like
Little
chamancas.
babies.
Lelas.
Surprised
¿Qué vamos a
we're
saber?
friends.
Y ahora somos todas
We were
unas
totally
señoras.
not leveled up Latinitas then.
No,
we were
we're
just
not.
like, let's fucking figure it out, Latinitas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were, let's throw some shit against the wall, see if it sticks, Latinitas. We had no
You made me
idea.
think of those little sticky things that you get at the 25 cent.
Yeah.
groceries, 'cause it sticks and then it kind of rolls.
The little
I
hand.
always think of like spaghetti, like throwing it on the wall, and if it sticks, it's cooked. Same thing with like us figuring it out. We got lucky, man, because college is crazy. We went to a crazy college. We all could have like failed out, made some really terrible decisions.
Well, we didn't know about balance.
We didn't.
You know,
We didn't know about being on our own.
No,
we
at
didn't
all.
have anybody in our families that went to college or knew what it was like to live in a dorm.
share shit.
Share shit.
Study.
Yeah.
Communicate with your roommates to be like, ¿por qué no lavas los
Without yelling.
trastes?
Oh
my God,
Or
without
without being
yelling, dude.
condescending.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
We-
It
you
brought
know.
back like trauma. One of our friends was telling another friend how she used to talk to her when they would clean, right? So Lisette was telling Nadia, this is how you would talk to me. And it totally brought back memories of how Nadia would talk to me. I was like, yeah, she would correct me in how I cleaned, right? And I was taken right back to that like 18-year-old self that
Yeah.
felt stupid. That I like
Yeah.
held it together. But we learned those skills,
Yeah.
like how to communicate, how to
And
get
we
better,
learned-
how to clean.
Yeah, no, and then we've also learned that like people never change.
Yeah.
Oh my
You
God, you
are
guys
who you
love
are.
saying that.
I was
It's so
saying,
true.
I was like, because we were remembering how I would always say like, "Ay, yo no quiero lavar los trastes," you know, like yo me acabo de bañar, yo no quiero lavar los trastes because I hated like saliendo de bañar and like just like having to wash dishes, and it was like a bunch of dishes
Touching
nasty.
dirty dishes.
Yeah.
And like que se te penetraba el olor en las manos. I hated
Ay,
that.
qué
Me daba
guacala.
asco. And I was saying, I'm like, dude, to this day, I hate washing dishes. I'm like, thank God for dishwashers, porque a mí me choca lavar los trastes.
Yeah.
I know. I was just thinking about those college days. I was like, I never cooked. The girls were all talking about you guys cooking, washing dishes.
I never cooked.
I ate out all the time. I was always in la calle comiendo. I was like, I don't think I was the one making the mess or the dishes, but I was definitely making the mess elsewhere. But I was always eating on la calle when you could eat whatever
Yeah,
fudge you
whatever.
wanted and you didn't gain weight.
Yeah.
That was me.
Oh, I
college.
gained weight. That's for sure.
Really?
I gained weight
I
too,
had
freshman
it good.
15.
I gained like I told you guys
Ate
before.
terribly.
It was like the freshman like 35 for me.
Aw.
I came from like I played basketball.
Yeah, you were not
I
as
did
active.
like I would do all this stuff. I was very like just active, and then I went to maybe possibly riding a bike or walking to class.
I didn't do
But
that.
the working out went out the window. So I definitely did gain. I mean, I had access to all this food that I didn't have access to before.
It was like a
That's
buffet.
true. Freshman year, it was hard to not
know,
eat everything.
We had the food at the dorms.
We have ice cream, you guys. Speaking of food, ahorita me
Yeah.
acordé.
I'm down for
yeah,
some ice
yes,
cream.
I
Today's
wanted
my
a
treat
dessert.
day.
I told you guys.
We're gonna get
I
into
have
one
a
a little
Today's
bit.
my
and we're
treat
gonna,
day. I'm gonna
yeah,
have
so
like
we're gonna have
ice cream.
For me, it was having that access to all that food,
Yeah.
not only in the dorms, but like, it was like a buffet style. And
Yeah,
like,
buffet.
Having no
here
one
I
tell
am,
me that I couldn't eat all day, I guess.
you know, and I'd be like, let me just grub a dub
Yeah,
and
all
whatever I
day.
can.
You could
And then
practicar.
after, I'd be like, well, I have some money. Let me order some pizza.
Let me go get fries. Remember, like at De La Guerra, whatever, behind there, Vendian Papas late night. You could buy French fries late night.
I knew that.
I didn't
It
know
was
that
like a
either.
snack bar. You could buy food late
I
night.
had no idea.
It was just
Behind the dining commons?
yeah, behind the dining commons, there was like this area that was like a lounge. Even
On campus?
on campus.
Oh, we were off campus.
We were off campus, so we always lived off campus.
Yeah.
Even wait, first year too?
Yeah, first year too, because I was on. And we were
Shut
in Fountain Blue, yeah, and it
up.
was off. Technically, it was off campus.
Yeah, it
even
was
though
off
like
campus
right
house.
I forgot that.
Yeah,
about
So
so
mine was like
guys.
really off campus.
Yeah, yours was
so
really, really-
Ceci and Liz, like freshman
That's
year,
why y'all didn't
they
know
lived
about
right
the
in the border,
fries.
right by the student health
the
center.
border.
That's right.
Right on the border.
That's
And then
right.
I lived like deep in IV at the Fountain Blue
You've
Annex.
always lived in Ivy.
She
Always lived in IV.
Man, you
Had-
guys were corrupted early.
You know.
I at least got a little bridge. I
We
lived
got
in
the
dorm
roommates
dorm.
that like were going, like it wasn't even just
Like
UCSB.
30 years.
There was like SBCC.
Oh, that's
there was
right.
like people that stopped going to
Con
school.
ustedes, sí. Sí, cierto.
Oh my god, you guys got thrown to the wolves freshman year. I still live with a bunch
But it
of
was really
naive
dope. We
17,
had like
18
our
year olds.
apartment was like legit. We were just
That's
talking about
cool.
that party where, you know, our dear friend Lisa and
How
I.
many years did you live there? Just
I
the
lived
one
there
year?
2 years.
It was first year cuando pasó el pleito.
Yeah, but I don't remember going to Vettles her first year. I remember it the
Oh.
second year.
You went second year when we used to live next
Next
to
door
each
to
other.
each
Yes,
other.
Yeah.
exactly. But so I was like the first year, but that's right. You girls were like right out
We
there.
were right next to each other.
In
And I
IV.
remember, I always think, I'm like, I wish we had like a door que nos podíamos abrir de una a la otra. But it was like,
We would always just leave it open.
we would always leave it open and
Yeah.
just walk into
That's
each
the
other's
best.
apartment.
Wasn't
That
that
was
the
the
best?
best. Yeah.
So it was really, really cool.
So we're all
But
now back together.
So we're all together.
Aquí están las chavas. They might walk in. They might not. I don't know. Sandra está allá. I walked into the other room. Sandra está allá passing out on like the bed that I stayed. Like so, there's like 8 of us right now here staying, and in Palm Springs. Our reunion. We just came back from dinner. It was amazing. We just pick up where we left off, and we were just hicimos las cuentas, and we hadn't been together since like I guess Sandra's wedding. All of us
together.
11 años. Entonces llevamos para los 11 años. And it's just like we laugh about the same things. People never change. Estábamos riendo de las mismas cosas, de las mismas mensadas.
Same jokes.
And people still like acting, the same way. And yeah, I don't know, it's the best.
But also some opening up. There's some vulnerability.
lot.
I came late, so I heard the recap today. There was a lot of stories
That we didn't know.
that we didn't know.
Yeah.
Tough times people are going through. Thank God we have each other.
Yeah.
And I think the beautiful
Dang.
thing about that too is like for anyone listening, if you have friends that you like haven't kept in touch with or that you do keep in touch with, like I know it's kind of like going in circles, but if you're listening, when we were coming, we had a friend reach out to us. It's like, can we have some intentional conversation?
Yeah.
And I feel a lot of times when we see each other so often, the conversation gets very superficial. Hey, how are you doing? Oh, things are okay.
Or silly.
Yeah.
Just not serious.
Just not serious. And we don't feel like comfortable to just share, to be like, okay, anyone listening, take the time to really have that intentional time to have a conversation and truly check in. There's been a lot of, things on Instagram, on social media saying like that person that looks strong and fine and all of this, like they got it together. They too also, they too need some help, or they also, you should check in on them as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because we assume that everyone's okay and jolly, todos that, fine and dandy. But we all go through things. And I think it was really cool that our friend, we had an itinerary. Ceci put
Yeah.
together an itinerary.
An agenda, of course.
So it was like, Level Latina will be leading.
Intentional bonding.
Yeah, intentional bonding.
Moderated by Irene.
And
So funny.
it was really cool that our friend Christian just like was randomly like, hey, tell me your life in 1 minute. Like what's just like in general, give me a recap. And it was very like, I kicked it off and it was more like, okay, I got 1 minute, no problem. And I just like, you try to
Kids, husband.
I was like, well, the last 5 years of my life are a blur, but it's been everything so, it's a surprise. I mentioned everything like, I'm a mom of 3, I'm a new wife, I'm this, I'm that level of Latina, we're coaching women. And at the end of the day, I'm like, but I'm at where I want to be. Like, this is for me where I want to be. And as we checked in and we moved on, like Ceci kept it to the minute. And then as we could progress, like our next friend just like really was like, all right, I'm going to just share. And she took her time and we all just sat there and we listened. Gosh, this pandemic put like things into perspective. Like we assume that people are just like, hey, we're at that age,
Thriving.
you got it together, you're professionally, you own your home, your success stories. And there really is this deeper connection. So check in, do that 1 minute with your friends.
Yep.
That should be the tip of the
That
day.
is, that's a perfect tip of the day.
Yeah.
What is your life in the last, however long? Tell us in 1 minute
In
what
1
it's
minute.
been.
Recap.
Success is good, growth bad.
One high, one low.
Yeah, one high, one low. We thought we would share that. Maybe we'll share that today by the pool, tonight, late night. By the way, this is the most comfortable I've ever podcast. We're like laying on a bed. We're going to fall asleep. Minute 18, you're going to hear snoring. But this is awesome. But we should share the high and the low today. But it was good to think about like that 1 minute. I was thinking about that today. I was like, what would I have said? How would I have shared in that moment?
Yeah.
And I'm glad that one friend took longer than a minute. She needed
We totally took it upon himself. And it was really good. There was a lot of sharing. We heard a lot about, deciding to create boundaries and being afraid to do that. That sometimes it makes, it takes really making hard decisions that at the end of the day, will benefit you, but that it might put your family in a difficult position. So like outweighing like the pros and the cons, the doing the breakups that are hard.
Yeah.
We
breaking
feel,
up with family.
And as we get older,
Breaking up with family is
And
hard,
yeah,
but
breaking
that
up with
needs to
family.
happen too. Like toxic people in your life.
breaking up with family and like breaking up like relationships, like knowing when that person is not right for you. And that's such a hard decision as well, because you can love someone so much and just know that they're not right. And like the level of maturity it takes for that and coming to terms with ending a relationship like that, it's hard as well. But I realize that we have some very strong, resilient, chingon friends,
See?
Yeah,
Yeah,
We're
we do.
blessed.
We're so lucky. I know, we really are lucky that we have like, all these years. We're so comfortable. Like literally me estoy acostando aquí enfrente de Vero y de Irene. A gusto.
I love our LUL sweaters. I know we've already said it, but it adds to the cozy feeling. Cozy friends, cozy vibes.
Yes.
So this is our comfort episode where we talk about anything and everything. What else do we talk about?
Pues que nos estamos desvelando. I always
God.
go to sleep like at 10 or by 10 I'm in bed. Y las últimas dos noches, ahorita, it's like 11 p.m. And
Wow.
las últimas dos noches we went to sleep like at 1 and then at like 3 last night.
Oh my God,
Close
last
to
night was
4?
3 a.m. And we're like, no, we can't go to sleep. We don't get to be together this often.
Yeah, that's true.
And
And here we are,
That's true.
still
And
doing
here we
another
are.
long night.
Another long night, and then the thing is, like, our bodies are so used to like waking up so early, at least mine is. And like oh no, this is funny. So I woke up because freaking Lisette's cell phone kept on like beep, like someone was messaging her, and she had the messaging, like her phone on and super loud, and so every like minute it would like chime, right? And I was like, oh my God. And estaba bien dormidota, también Cynthia. So it woke me up and it was like 7 a.m. And I go and grab the cell phone and I was like, oh, I couldn't and I was like half asleep. So I kept up trying to put my own password into the cell phone.
Oh my God.
And pues it's not working as Lisette. So then I'm like, ay, ¿qué hago con el celular? So I grab the cell phone and I stick it in the closet. And then I put it underneath like a comforter para que no se escuchara. Like lo escondí, like I shoved it in there, and then I closed the closet door.
there you go. Bye-bye phone.
Bye-bye phone.
Don't wake me up.
Y me acuesto, and then luckily I was able to go back to sleep. And then later, like 9, oh my God, this is like, we were talking about how this was like the latest we've slept in the long ass time.
9.
So at 9 I wake up, y como que abro un ojo, Lisette's cell phone, I think it was her alarm actually. It was ringing, and I see her like, con un ojo así like medio abierto yo, she's like walking.
Looking for it?
The phone. And she's like kind of putting to her ear, trying to follow her, like, where the hell's the phone?
It was so hidden.
It was so hidden, and I guess she found it, and she comes back out, and she's like, whatever, right? And then yo me quería reír, but I didn't want to like ask her or tell her like, hey, it was me, because I still wanted to sleep, right? Ya ves que cuando te despiertas te despabilas, se te va el sueño. Anyway, and then al rato she's like, oh my God, she's like, so weird, my cell phone was in the closet.
The ghost.
And I was like, oh my God, it was me. I was like, it was me because no lo podía pagar tu pinche teléfono que, woke us up or whatever.
I don't even know how I woke up. I don't, but I just remember waking up. I was like, oh my God, what time is it? Sandra was still asleep. So I get to my phone, like 9:22.
Yeah.
Like, what is happening?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm not home. Okay. Everything's good.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't
Take it
have to
slow. And
actually
I'm like,
get up.
I told Sandra, she's like, everything okay? I don't know if she felt me like, what's happening? But she, everything, I'm like, I haven't slept in like this in a very long time. So I was just like, I'm like, I need some water though. And she's like, me too. So I brought her some water. And then I'm like, she's like, come back to bed. I'm like, oh yeah, I am. But then I went to the kitchen and
back
Ceci
to
was
bed.
there. And next, we're like, let's she was making breakfast. She delegated some duties to me, and I just took it upon myself to go above and beyond.
So le dije yo, because yo me iba a poner a hacer huevos, and then estaba ahí, pero I was like, oye, ¿me ayudas? I'm like, can you help me like kind of like put this on this platter, like the cheeses and the fruits and nuts?
Beto went.
And she went all out. Like she was like, she's gonna start selling like we're gonna start selling charcuterie boards.
I can't understand that word. Charcuterie?
Charcuterie.
I guess I said it.
Charcuterie.
Charcuterie boards.
Charcuterie boards.
But she wouldn't know.
Her charcuterie board is super cute.
Super cute. So ahí nos quedamos ya platicando. And then we
hicimos
messaged
café.
Irene. I was like, we're the only leveled up, awake, woken up
we're elevated.
Latinas.
Levitated.
Todas las demás siguen dormidas.
I was awake too on the bus.
You're on the bus to Palm Springs.
Very little sleep as well, prepping for this weekend.
But you celebrated something very special, Irene.
My kid's birthday.
Yes.
A 15-year-old. Isn't that wild? I have a 15-year-old.
That is wild.
It was awesome. He came over with his friends. We had a barbecue. I met all his guy friends. He's got quite a few. It's like 10 of them. No. It was like 8 of them there. And we cleaned the whole house. We did gifts. He got tons of money. Typical 15-year-old. He went to the mall. He came back dirty from playing soccer at the park. Well, he had a blast. But it's really nice to have a 15-year-old who's in charge right now, babysitting while my husband's off at a wedding stag. But it's nice to be there, to have grown kids and to have kids that are turning out not too bad. Maybe one day he'll have his own little Level Up Latino and his own podcast and his own good friends.
Yeah.
I hope he has the college experience that we are reminiscing about this weekend.
Yeah.
I really hope that for him. It was nice to see him with his friends.
Yeah. That's cool.
Friendship's everything.
Friendship is everything. Hold it like you mean it.
Hold it like you mean
Hold
it.
it like you mean it, man.
Hold onto it like you mean it. That's the other tip of the day.
We were talking about how we want to make it like this a yearly thing because it's been too long. And how, you know, we're already planning like, okay, what weekend? Come on, let's put it on the calendar during dinner, just because it just revives us, I think, and just coming back together and like thinking of those things and like laughing. Like La Pobre Lisa has to not laugh as hard.
You know.
She hasn't laughed this hard in a long time.
She hasn't laughed this.
What I like about our friendship is how we're all everywhere. Like there's someone came in from Mexico, Germany, Seattle, DC, San Francisco. We came up from LA all to meet in Palm Springs. That's a lot of places represented, and we still make it happen. So next year when we make it happen, we're thinking of Mexico or Germany or anywhere in Europe, and I really do hope that all of us make the effort.
Yeah,
it would be really nice
as best we can.
And there's some women that are missing, and we know that I know that it's kind of like I crashed a dollhouse reunion, but at the end of the day, like the friendship is like the friendship, that's what matters.
Yeah.
You know, like it goes beyond just the dollhouse, and it's a beautiful thing that we had, and I feel like I'm very lucky, and I wish that upon everyone out there. If you are still in school, take advantage of being so close to these people that are like dreaming right now of like they're, you know, you're going to school, te estás preparando para a better tomorrow, and part of that better tomorrow will include the people you surround yourself with, and they will make an impact in your life later too, you know. So be very careful who you allow into your life, choose them wisely, and just know that when they say friendships, you know, that your college friends are the friends for life, really take it serious, because this is when we learn to grow. This is when we can make mistakes and learn from them. This is like the biggest part of, you know, the growth process into becoming this little adult that goes and handles the world. But you don't have to be by yourself. When you have a community, when you have support, it makes it that much easier to be able to do it, because you can reach out for help and guidance, you know, and that's so if you're listening to this, as we're hoping that you get from, you know, your experience in college and even soon after college.
Or any time in your life. Like any time in your life. Maybe you didn't go to college. Like maybe your coworkers are like people that you're really close to. Like hang on to that. Sometimes we leave jobs and we work with really great people, but if we don't keep those relationships alive, those friendships are gone. So if you've made good friends through the years, like it takes being a proactive friend. My husband talks about that all the time. He was in a fraternity. He had great relationships with his classmates, fraternity brothers, but he just didn't keep up with people. Or his roommates, he had amazing roommates, and then they all went off and got married like 5-10 years after college, and he got invited to some weddings, but some he didn't because he didn't keep up with those relationships. And now my husband is almost 40, or he just turned 40 actually, just turned 40, and he's been so great because the Rona reinforced that he's a social person after all. He always felt he was more of an introvert, and that he loves people after all. So he's trying more than ever. He's organizing a Vegas trip with his friends. So not like him. Vegas is like him, but to organize a trip, to be the guy that would do that. To like coordinate money and dates, and that's not him. It's like, well, my wife will figure that out. But he is working to be a better proactive friend, and we all need to do that. Like, who are those people in our lives? And then we let them go, and we don't mean to. They're still awesome people, but we don't keep up with them, and then those friendships end. So catch up with those people that you've been meaning to, wherever you make those friends, college or not. Like, don't let those relationships go, especially if they do what you just said, Ceci, like revive you, bring you back to life, remind you of who you are. That's what these friendships are. They remind us of who we are. And we're all still the same. And one way or another, we're also all grown and have lived so much life. Like, this was 20 years ago, college, right? But still, like, it does bring back to like what makes us amazing, what makes us whole relationships. So find those friends, keep those friends, and be proactive.
For sure.
You're pretty good at that, Beto. You're pretty good at that, Ceci. You two are pretty good at that, actually. Keeping up with your friends, staying connected.
Calling them.
We try.
Now it's easier, but I think when we're going through the motions and going through routine, y que el trabajo, and like, the new job, and now it's easier because of social media, or even like el WhatsApp, El WhatsApp. Because, you can send un mensajito de voz, or, I like that better.
You're good at that.
I'm good at that, because otherwise, like, a veces the meaning behind it se pierde en el texto. Like, like,
100.
I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it to say like that.
Because sometimes it, like, it's, like, I think we've had this conversation, not on our podcast, but like outside of it, because we're like, it's hard sometimes to jump on a phone call and do these things and like talk about things. So we'll like text, and sometimes for me, I know, like, well, I don't want my text to be misunderstood, or make the communication to be incomplete or misrepresented. So I'll leave a voice message. But it's hard because many times, we whatever we're going through that day, we can put we can project onto these messages, right? These words, like, or a tone. And it becomes something like that. So those little voice messages, sometimes, like, even jumping on a quick call makes such a difference.
Yeah, just so something's not misunderstood.
Yeah.
Or you're trying to do too many things at once, and you start calling people Jennifer when their name is Jessica.
For real. Or start spelling their name totally wrong.
Oh my God, I know.
And they tell you how to correct it, and you spell it wrong yet again. Like, well, this woman is Ebonic. It doesn't know how to read it. This is not the spelling.
I guess you didn't see my last email.
Oh my God.
Sure, no problem. I'll make sure to correct that and spell it wrong again. Sometimes our is moving too fast. Sometimes it's not. There's no bad intention in it, but life is life.
No.
We just gotta slow down. I was thinking that the other day. Like, we're all moving like 1,000 miles a minute. We just gotta slow down. I think that with the kids all the time. Like, they always misinterpret things because they're moving so fast. Like, they'll get offended with each other, and it's like, your little sister's not offending you, or your big brother's not trying to hurt your feelings, but it's like we're moving.
Yeah. Speaking of that, it's like we're away from our kids. ¿Cómo se siente?
Can you believe it?
I know. It feels great.
It feels great.
It feels very nice, but I miss them.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
they're babies, too.
I have babies, and my little one, Fidelito, he's sick.
Right.
Yeah.
And, like, they're like, he had a rough night, and he was throwing up and all of this. And I feel like I should be there. I'm the mom. I should be caring for them. But he has a loving dad that,
you deserve to get away.
I deserve to get away. And my husband's like, no, that's good. Go do it. You don't you don't get to do this often. No te voy a dar permiso otra vez pronto. I'm just kidding.
I know.
Yeah, right. Permission. I'm just kidding. But it's nice. I do miss them because they are so little. I mean, Galilea, my daughter, little. I never thought would miss me like that.
He misses me.
And she cried when I was leaving. I'm like, the Fuke, I don't want to leave now,
Yeah,
exactly. And there was this pressure of like leave, not like, should I cancel?
Oh, no.
Fedilito was sick. I had a sick baby and all this other stuff. And I was just like, maybe it's just at the right time.
Not intentionally, but she was feeling emotions.
Yeah. So I was just like, maybe it's just the wrong time. It's not for this time for me right now to go. But then I'm like, no, it's gonna be okay. Yeah. We have the support. My mom came through. My niece was there. My sister came through today, and And it made me feel more comfortable. Like, no, I needed this. I definitely needed to sleep until 9:22 in the morning.
Yes.
I needed to be with my friends. I needed to just not worry about anyone but me for a few days.
I'm glad you did, and I'm glad you did it on your terms. Like, I was thinking of coming up early because we had one friend that was, like, pressuring us to come up early.
Yeah.
And I considered it, and then we were talking about boundaries earlier. Like, I was like, no. I'm not going to feel this pressure to come up early for someone else, and then I feel rushed, and I don't feel ready, and my son's birthday is shortchanged. And also in the moment, like, it takes evaluating, like, yes, I can go, but let me go in the way that I know I want to go. And, like, we have to be careful of, like, being pulled in these directions in a way that makes you uncomfortable, and then you're not ready. Like, how often do we do that for other people? And I felt super chill this morning. Like, took my time. I felt FOMO a little bit yesterday. I saw your pictures, and I was like, oh, but you did such a great job of keeping me, like, in the loop.
Oh, yeah, she did.
And I'm like, you were so sweet about that. But I also thought, like, well, that's the day I could come. Like, I had my reasons, and my son's birthday was worth it, and taking my time and helping my husband, because he did a lot for the birthday. It was good. But I'm glad that I didn't fall into peer pressure, because I would have been feeling like you, like torn too. Like, I left and I wasn't really ready. Now I'm changing my plans. I missed my bus. Now I'm going back early. And we all have to, again, slow down, but not miss out. Yeah. Like, I'm glad you didn't miss out. I'm glad that I didn't miss out. We just have to do it on terms that we don't, like, lose our minds as moms and business women and friends. Like,
sí, cierto. En la mañana le dije, luego... Well, because we, first Cynthia kept on mentioning, like, Irene. And I'm like, that's not Irene, or Irene's not here, And so then I said it this morning. I was like, oh, Irene, I'm like, she's probably feeling FOMO.
Aww.
And I said, it's funny that you said that right now, because I felt that. I was like, le voy a mandar esto. Because I was being a dork, and I was pretending to be an alarm clock.
Yeah.
And walking into rooms and singing a song.
Thank you for telling me that.
Yeah, I know, like...
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what's going on.
Breakfast and coffee is ready.
Yeah.
I love that.
And then the last time I did it, Lisetta just looked at me and said, she, gracias. Like, ya cállate. And then
I was on the bus, like, I can't wait to get
oh
to
my
breakfast
God, I was
and
about to
coffee.
slap you. Ya cállate con esa canción. And I was like, what? I was like, you're snooze.
And I got here, and you girls served me this majestic breakfast and coffee and fruit. And it all worked out. And now we're here in Palm Springs, directo en vivo. And we're super happy to be here. We hope that you've enjoyed this From the Bedroom podcast.
From the bedroom.
From our comfy,
to your
cozy
sexy ears.
I know. We are super mellow together.
Yeah, I know. And
anyways,
drugs? No.
Give me some.
No way.
Give me some.
But no, I'm glad we were able to make it work. Like, se alineó todo. Like, se alineó todo. Because I was going to come anyway, remember?
Yeah.
It's funny because we were driving and he's like, this was my idea, this was my idea. I'm like, no, it wasn't. He's like, yeah, it was. I told you to go and be with your friends. And I was like, yeah, but I was going to go the following week on the 21st. And then it just worked out that Sandra was here. And then we just I said, I'm like, oh, well, I'll move it. He's like, but he wanted to take the credit for our reunion.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm just glad we made it happen.
Yeah.
Everybody needs a little time away from the kids. With the girlfriends. It's good for the soul.
So we've had some good drinks, we've had some good laughs, we've had some tears, we've had some great food, because we always talk about food in our podcast, in our random one. Yeah. But pretty much you've heard about us reconnecting and keeping those relationships and friendships alive that help us feel alive. So Irene gave some great tips: rekindle those friendships, maintain them. And if you are looking for new friends or someone to give you a new perspective, you can always turn to us at Level Up Latina. We do the one-on-one coaching. We have our guilt-free squad, and we have that community. We built a community for ourselves when we were in school, and then now as grown women. And that's what we want to extend to the women out there that feel like they are alone and don't have anyone to turn to for some guidance, or just to feel like, hey, I fucking need a group of women to really cheer me on through this part of my life. We got you. So learn more about us. If you have any questions, you can always contact us. You can find us on Instagram or Facebook. Our handle is at Level Up Latina. You can send us an email. Our email is admin@leveluplatina.com. Go to our webpage. You can get yourself one of these cool little comfy sweaters, the Guilt-Free Evolution. Live your guilt-free vida. Our website is leveluplatina.com. You can also book your free assessment and see if we're a good fit to help you level up your life in every aspect.
I want to remind people, hashtag cuarentona y buenona. Hopefully that's you. Hopefully that's you. If you're older than 40, you're hopefully...
Point is, cincuentona y
buenona. The point is, I hope that's you. So this was awesome, and Have fun.
Yeah.
Enjoy your life at any
Live
age
life.
and be
Live
proud
life.
of it. Live life.
Level up. Reunited.
And it feels so good.
Nos vamos a la alberquita.
You can buy our album online as well. LoveLatina.com.
Ándale, pues.
All right. Don't forget to level up.
Don't forget. And thanks for tuning in. See you guys next week.